On this episode of Craig's World, find out why I don't go hunting with Blake Shelton. Squirrels.
Oh no!
Son of a... At the hunt this year, we were fortunate to have Grand Ole Opry members Marty Rope, Luke Combs, Chris Jensen, Mark Wills, and this year, Gwen's gonna be there with Blake. Great opportunity for us all to get together and just hang out.
I tried out for the voice once. They told me I wasn't cool.
You told me that.
There he was sitting at dinner with two of the voice coaches. We all love to get together and sit around and play music with our friends.
That's it.
I'm Craig Morgan. I'm a country singer, a husband, father, son, veteran. Now more than ever, I believe in the things that really matter. Hard work, faith, family, honor, and a whole lot of fun. Life is better celebrated together. So come along with me, my friends, and my family, and stay a while. We're gonna have a great time. Welcome to my world.
Cheers.
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 It's a great beginning, huh, of another great hunt. As long as I get something before Blake gets here, I don't care.
Well, it's the beginning of a new year, and at the beginning of every new year, we do the Grand Ole Opry Hunt. The idea of the Opry Duck Hunt is for Opry members to get together once a year and go spend some time, whether it be to hunt, fish, or just hang out. It's just to spend some time together as Opry members, together as family.
But these rose-colored glasses.
One of the greatest things for me about the Opry Hunt is the time that we have got to spend with some of the legends in our format.
And they let me hold on to.
My dear friend John Connolly. He didn't get to go to this particular hunt, but John Connolly tries to be at all those hunts as well. Jim Ed Brown, who became a very dear friend and a mentor, would not miss the Grand Ole Opry Hunt. Little Jimmy Dickens. I mean, he may be one of the most iconic faces of country music and the Grand Ole Opry. So to have spent private time sitting around a dinner table listening to little Jimmy Dickens talk about how he first came to Nashville, who he stayed with, talking about Hank Williams, Hank Snow. They hand these stories down to the newer members of the Opry and even potential new members, guys that come to this hunt. And I think the Opry does this to kind of get a feel for these people. See if they love the Opry and would be as devoted to the Opry as the Opry is to them in our format.
That's what a good day's duck hunting ends up like. One duck. Better than no duck.
At the hunt this year, we were fortunate to have Grand Ole Opry members Marty Rope from Diamond Rio, Luke Combs, who's absolutely exploded off the charts, Chris Jensen, Mark Wills, one of my favorite people in the world, also a big supporter of law enforcement. And this year, Gwen's gonna be there with Blake.
I'm always fascinated with how passionate you are about the Grand Ole Opry. I mean, I think you're more passionate about it than maybe even some of the members of the Opry.
Colin is the CEO of Ryman Hospitality, which owns the Ryman Entertainment Group, which owns the Ryman Auditorium and the Grand Ole Opry.
I never hunted until I came to America. I became addicted to it, and my kids, I was able to, introduce my children to it. But when I joined Gaylord, it's like, well, you're now the CEO, and one of the things you have to do as part of your job, do the Opry Hunt. And I got to tell you, it didn't take a lot of convincing to do it.
Colin takes the Grand Ole Opry very serious. He understands the importance, the impact that the Grand Ole Opry has in country music, and he also has a great deal of respect for its history and its heritage, and wants to maintain that.
First time I brought Blake Shelton to Greenwood, Mississippi, Brian, what was that, 13 years ago?
Yeah.
He turned up in a little old white Ford truck, mullet haircut. He wasn't a member of the Opry, and we spent 2 days with him getting to know the guy. Sunday he's gonna fly in on his Gulfstream. Times have changed.
One of the first years that Blake went, he went a year before me. He decided he wanted to start a tradition with hog hunting. That didn't last long, and now he is adamant about there being an annual squirrel hunt at the Grand Ole Opry Hunt.
Oh! Look at it!
Come out of there!
Colin spends that time, effort, and money making sure everything is perfect for the duck hunting and the deer hunting.
Whoa! Damn, there's another one!
And Blake goes out there with a dang shotgun and is trying to shoot squirrels out of trees and making all kinds of racket.
Son of
I don't know. It just seems dumb.
Well, thank you for continuing this tradition.
This is not a hard thing to do, I can tell you.
So it might be a new tradition here starting this year with me coming early.
I don't know what I don't like about deer hunting. That's him. Ready? Right there. We're here in Mississippi for the annual Grand Ole Opry hunt. This year, I got to go down early and spend a few days with Colin, the owner of the lodge that the Grand Ole Opry hunt takes place in. Colin built this lodge with the Grand Ole Opry hunt in mind, and in doing so, he built this beautiful big mud room, and in it, every Opry member has their very own locker to store all of their stuff when they come in from the hunt.
Well, if you see a good doe, shoot a doe.
It'd be hard to see them though if a cow could, if I keep shooting cows. Colin calls me, I think, to come down a little early because I do hunt a lot and have a lot of knowledge in wildlife management. They have to manage these deer, so he really needs to harvest quite a few doe. And generally when the guys come to this hunt, they don't want to shoot a doe too quick and mess up the hunt for the chance of an opportunity of a buck coming in. So Colin asked me to go out and scout for the guys. I don't know if y'all see anything. I'll text you as soon as I see them.
Yeah.
You'll hear me shooting. I don't know what I don't like about deer hunting. I think the greatest thing for me about deer hunting is being in the woods. The solitude. It's a great time to be out in the woods and just really enjoy nature and see it and smell it and feel it. It's a great opportunity for you to meditate, pray, and really just enjoy the blessings of nature. So it's not just about harvesting animals, it's a lot more. We're sitting over a winter wheat field, beautiful long row here, and just waiting for them. And we'll also take any predators that we might have an opportunity to get, just to help with the management process. I was fortunate enough to take a giant 8-point already. Big deer, big deer, big deer right there. That's a really good deer. So I'm gonna sit and scout and try to find some bigger bucks for these guys when they're getting here tomorrow. What we're doing is imitating two bucks that are out there fighting. So they rack their racks together and it makes that noise. And so all we're doing is trying to imitate that so that all the other bucks in the area hear it and they go, wait a minute, there's two bucks fighting. Well, the only reason they should be fighting is because there's a doe over there. He's gonna come back out. He's just right inside that brush. If he comes back out, I'm busting his ass. This is a big deer. It's the biggest deer I've ever seen before. That's him. Deer ready? Right there. Oh, smoked him. Sorry, Marty, Blake, Luke, Mark Wheels. I'm sorry, y'all. I couldn't save this deer for y'all. You should have came a little early. I love Mississippi. I love hunting in Mississippi because of the variety of game and the terrain, the geography. It's really cool. It's a lot different than anywhere, especially that part of Mississippi. It's pretty swampy, but it's a lot of fun. It's a beautiful part of our country.
He is a giant. Look, and he's got he's broke one. He had so much. I didn't know he had all this. I thought he was just like a mainframe 12. I didn't see the double brow. Oh my. Oh. I was a little nervous, I gotta be honest, because I don't want to be greedy, because I've already killed a beautiful 8-point, and I don't want to be greedy. I do love deer meat, though.
It's not selfish to kill 2 bucks if you have permission. I mean, here's the deal, it was completely legal. Morally, that deer needed to be shot. It was an old deer. He probably would not have lived another year. And you just don't know if Luke had sat in that stand the next day if that deer would have been there. So no, I still don't think it was selfish. It did feel that way. I mean, it did.
So what do you shoot tomorrow?
I don't shoot nothing. I bet Collins takes my gun.
Blake and Gwen arrived just before dinner.
I tried out for The Voice once. They told me I wasn't cool.
You told me that.
There he was sitting at dinner with 2 of The Voice coaches. We're here in Mississippi for the annual Grand Ole Opry hunt, and the guests are starting to arrive.
I had to go catch a few fish.
How many of those did you get?
All of them. Smell my hand. How you doing, man?
Good, man.
Good to see you. You look great, as always.
People think that we all hang out together all the time, but we really don't get to because we are all so busy.
What's up, dude? Man, I'm good, boy.
I mean, we are friends. Blake has been a dear friend for a long time. Luke Combs has become a dear friend. I love the guy. Marty, you know, we take advice from Marty. He's one of the old guys. That's why this hunt's so important. It's a great opportunity for us all to get together and just hang out. Duck hunting can be one of the coolest types of hunting, especially for guys and gals hanging out together. It ain't like deer hunting when you're sitting in a stand and you see a deer, you gotta be super quiet. You know, you can't even move hardly. Duck hunting isn't like that. You sit around, you can have conversation, drink some coffee. The decoys in the hunt are used to try to draw the ducks into that little water area where you're at. What happens is the ducks are flying over and they're going, oh, I'm looking for a place to land. Ooh, that looks like a cool place. There's already ducks down there. That must be a great place, you know? When the ducks do come in, that's when you get situated and it's quick. Shoot. Then if you're fortunate enough to have a great dog, which Colin has an amazing dog, the dog will go out and retrieve the duck. This is where the term retriever comes from, and then bring the duck back. So this process goes on and on over and over, so you can sit there for quite some time. It's a wonderful, fun sport, and you got some great meat when you're done.
Dear Lord, we do thank you for the occasion that brings us together tonight. We do thank you so much for the talents you've given each one of us. We pray that we can develop them continually.
After hunting a long day, we all get cleaned up. We all might have a refreshing drink, and then the dinner. The dinner is really the big deal.
We actually said what could improve Blake's image, and we said, well, if we get Gwen here, at least we've got someone smart that has a conversation, you know. But anyway, it's welcome.
Thank you. That's so
sweet.
And
hopefully we won't be too chauvinistic over
so far, I'm having the time of my life.
Good deal.
Blake and Gwen arrived just before dinner. I was really glad to see Gwen come with Blake. Obviously, Blake and I have been friends for a long time. My wife and Gwen have become friends, and my wife is a big fan of Gwen as well. And I'm not just talking about her music, I'm talking about these as people. Gwen is a solid, beautiful person.
This year's been a fabulous year for you, Lukey. I mean, you know, the CMA this year, you and Blake cleaned up at the CMA.
Was Luke there?
No, I mean, your careers are just extraordinarily tremendous, and we're great that you could come, and we're so happy you could come and spend time with us. Craig, that song that you wrote for Jerry that made #1 on YouTube, I mean, that was just a wonderful accomplishment.
When it comes to the business stuff, we do talk about it, and I absolutely thanked Blake. One night at dinner, someone brought up the fact that Blake had made a tweet about the Father, my Son, the Holy Ghost, and he knows how I feel.
I tried out for The Voice once. They told me I wasn't cool enough to be on TV.
I think you told me that.
Yeah, they literally, the letter was like, you're good at singer, but you're not interesting.
How long ago was
And I was like, okay. Worked out, though. It worked out. It worked out.
The dinners, they are the most important thing, in my opinion, that takes place on these hunts, because it's where the stories get shared. For example, Luke talking about going on The Voice and not making it, and there he was sitting at dinner with two of The Voice coaches. Luke has become one of the biggest things going on in country music right now.
I never watched that show till I met Gwen. And
No.
when did they get? Once I met Gwen, it was interesting.
I do this to all our friends. We do it. We pick at each other, and I think it's good. It keeps us all in check. When Gwen got on, we did decide to watch a little more. I just think she's funnier than Blake is.
This is such a wonderful, wonderful event, you know, to have you all here. And Gwen, it's great to have you here.
Thank you for having
Really.
me, you guys.
No, it's great.
We all love to get together and sit around and play music with our friends.
I wanna dream about you, wanna wake up with you next to me.
It was nice to see someone besides Blake singing, quite honestly. We're at the Grand Ole Opry hunt in Mississippi, and finally all the Grand Ole Opry members that are going to be here are here.
Good afternoon, good weekend.
Quickly put me there. That'll be a good one.
Colin spends a lot of time and effort. He just wants every Opry member to have the greatest experience that they could possibly have. But he also wants every one of them that hunt, he wants them to get what they come after. He wants them to enjoy it and have memories that they can only get there.
One duck. Better than no duck.
You want a man with a slow hand. You want a lover with an easy touch. You want somebody who can earn some time, not come and go in a heated rush.
Once the hunting is over, and it's the last day of the hunt, we all love to get together and sit around and do really what it is we got in this business to do. And that's just sit around and play music with our friends. We love doing that. And we really look forward to that before we all say goodbye.
I wish I had a red shirt that would keep the bucket. I was sitting on a pile like a warning bucket. I know everybody said money can't buy happiness, but it can buy me a truck. It can buy me a truck. It can buy me anyone.
What we do as songwriters, you just pass the guitar around and play a new song or play something that you've written. Someone had said, Blake, you and Gwen have a new song. And it was really cool to think that maybe Gwen would sing as well. So we asked them to do their new single, and it really was nice. It was nice to see someone besides Blake singing, quite honestly.
I've been thinking about what I want in my life. It begins and ends the same. If I had to choose what I couldn't lose, there'd only be one thing. I don't wanna live without you. I don't wanna even breathe. I don't wanna dream about you. Wanna wake up with you next to me. I don't wanna go down any other road now. I don't wanna love nobody but you. Looking in your eyes now, if I had to die now, I don't wanna love nobody.
I thought that duet that Blake and Gwen, well, there's no doubt it's going to be a huge hit. But part of what makes that song a hit is the energy and the attraction. And I think that's what sells the song, is the emotion in it. When Blake and Gwen sang that song, you could feel the lyric. I am very humbled and so grateful that I get to hang out with some of the greatest and coolest people in the world.
I don't really do this a lot, so I love it when I get to do it with y'all. So I'm really grateful. Two things we do here that are the favorite. The hunting's really cool, obviously. Obviously.
6 ounces, 6 deer killed. He's killed every one.
And next year, when more deer are born, it'll be great again.
But unfortunately, I was the only one that harvested bucks, and I got 2 of them. So it happened the way it happened, and that's nature, and that's hunting. I can't help it if I'm a better hunter than those guys.
Thank you, Colin, because we couldn't do this without y'all.
Yeah,
so thank you.
As long as I'm invited to the Grand Ole Opry hunt, I will be there until the day I'm gone.
I used to hear when I held you, and they keep me from feeling so cheated, defeated, when reflections in your eyes show me a fool.